Hi, hello guys, I'm Akash and I'll be doing 8.3 composite functions. So before doing this, before watching this video, I suggest you guys go over this summary sheet so it'll make a lot more sense. So what's a composite function? A composite function is a function dependent on another function. So what we are saying is a composite function is created when one function is substituted into another function. So let's say I have a function. So in previous classes we did we were taking x values and we were substituting those x values in a function like g of x or something like that, and then we were evaluating for g of x. But here we're gonna take these g of x values and we're gonna substitute them into another function like of f of x. So we'll get another function, like entirely different function. So for example, f of x equals 3 of x minus 1, and we have another function that's g of x equals 3 of x squared, and we're supposed to find f of g of x. So it can also be written as f of g of x. Looks like fog, but it's f of g of x. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna write f of x equals 3x minus 1, and now in place of x values we're gonna put g of x values. So what is g of x? G of x is 3x squared. So f of g of x equals, so in place of x we're gonna put this, so 3 times 3x squared minus 1. And we'll get 3 times 3 equals 9x squared minus 1. This is our f of g of x value. And now we're supposed to find domain and range. Now how do we do that? So we'll look at our function. So it's this is a quadratic function. So it'll make a parabola or something like this. Sorry. So it'll go like this. Just erase this part. And now what this function is doing it's stretching it by factor of 3 and it's moving it down by -1. So it's gonna be at -1 and it's gonna be stretched. So it'll be like this. And so what we can say about domain is it's going to remain same. So it will be x such that x belongs to a set of real numbers, but its range is changed. So y such that y belongs to real numbers and y is always greater than or equal to -1, and this is our range. F of Alright, let me move this. Alright, f of g of 3. So what we're gonna do is in place of x we're gonna put 3, because x value is 3, so equals 9x squared minus 1. So in place of x we're gonna put 3, so it's equal to 9 times 3 squared minus 1. And 9 times 9 minus 1 equals, 9 times 9 is 81 minus 1 equals 80. There we have our answer. Like what if we do g of f of x? So what we are doing is we're taking f of x values, and we're putting these f of x values in g of x. So let's write g of x equals 3x squared, and in place of x we're gonna put f of x. So g of f of x is equal to 3 times 3x minus 1 whole squared. Alright, we know how to square binomials, so 3 times 3 squared is 9, x squared is x, plus 1 squared is 1, and the middle term sign is negative, so it's negative, and 3 times 2 is 6x. And now we're going to multiply 3 to every single term in the bracket. So it's 3 times 9 is 27 x squared minus 3 times 6 is 18 x plus 3. And there you go, that's your answer. So now to mean and range. So if we look at this part of the equation, so what we can see is it's like a quadratic equation, so its vertex should be at positive 1 and 0. So we can say it's a parabola that's horizontally compressed by a factor of 1 over 3, and it's moved left one. It's moved right 1 unit. So that doesn't affect its range. So it's still gonna be x such that x belongs to a set of real number, and that's it. But its range remains same too, because it's stretched or compressed horizontally. That doesn't change its range. So it should be y such that y belongs to set of real number, and y is always greater than or equal to 0.